Da 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 da. Fuck!
Hello, friends. This is episode 6, I think.
7, I
It's
think.
an episode. It's definitely an episode.
It is less than 10, more than 1 of the Mediocre Company podcast, where we're going to chat... What?
Nothing, go on.
Where we're going to chat nerdy things like movies, TV shows, some comic book stuff, some video game stuff, and my most important one,
Rock formations.
I was going to go with fashion, but I like it.
Fuck.
Well, we did politics last time, too.
Yeah, exactly. And boy, do I have something for you guys. I'll save it to the end of the news stuff. But,
Oh, Jesus.
So this has been an interesting setup episode. Clayton had a laptop malfunction.
There you go.
And him not being next to me scares me, just in general. So right now I have my cell phone inside of a large bowl to amplify Clayton on my shitty-ass speakers. So this is going to be fantastic.
We spare no cost in these recordings.
They're nothing but the best.
We are
The bowl
professionals.
costs like $1.
Did they?
I don't know. I
Are they your bowls or my bowls? Like, I really have no idea.
what bowl are you using?
It's a gray one.
We have gray bowls?
It's like a mixing bowl. I used the normal bowl first, and that didn't work.
Oh, like one of the... Oh, okay. I have no idea who brought those,
Alright.
honestly.
Well, whatever.
Which mine is yours?
Aw, dear. So,
By the way, little timeout.
Yep.
Just, like, whatever you're doing for, like, Clayton's sound is, like, perfect right now.
oh, okay, perfect. Great. Let's start off with some sad news, if you guys don't mind. Andrew,
Oh, who died?
Yeah, did you hear about the Deadpool death?
Oh, the motorcycle person thing?
Yeah.
Yes, I did hear about that. That was, out of nowhere.
Hi. Sorry, my headphones were just a little fucky for a second there because they're Bluetooth, but I have them plugged into my laptop, so it was playing music from my phone that's in another room, and it scared me quite a bit.
No worries.
Yeah, you know, surprise Metallica.
Nothing wrong with that.
Gosh.
But,
No.
so did you hear about the Deadpool death?
No.
Oh. The stunt double for Domino died during a motorcycle stunt.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So they've stopped production for a couple weeks.
Rest
This
in
movie's
peace,
having a
random
rough time.
stunt person.
Yeah, it is. What'd you say, Clayton?
I just said rest in peace, random stunt person whose name I don't know.
I probably could have looked it up, but I didn't. I feel kind of shitty, but, you know, whatever.
It is what it is.
So now we can move on to a little bit more light news. I can't
That's
confirm.
racist.
Now we can move on to some more less sad news. How's that one?
That's better.
I can't confirm this, but I did do a tiny bit of Googling before we recorded this, but I'm pretty sure we have confirmation of an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie.
Ewan McGregor?
This is cool.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes, I got it.
Hey.
Yeah, I saw it on Twitter, and then I tried to do some Googling to see if I could find some links and some articles with dates. Couldn't come up with anything on the first 3 links that I clicked on, so I gave up. But that's still pretty exciting.
Sounds like your homework.
Would you say the chances of this movie are pretty high, as in high ground?
I would say yes. I would say this movie, compared to like the Han Solo movie or the Anakin Skywalker solo movie, has the high ground.
There's an Anakin Skywalker solo movie?
No, but, you know, he didn't have the high ground compared to Obi-Wan. I was trying to make a joke, okay? I got it. I'm not funny. I understand.
Oh, God. Mom, Dad, stop.
Yeah, but
I'm so
that's...
confused.
I'm looking forward to that. It's supposed to be post-Episode 3, pre-Episode 4, but I'm assuming pre that episode in Rebels where he fights Darth Maul.
Maybe
it'll be...
Maybe it'll finally explain how in, like, 19 years or whatever, he turned from, like, a 40-year-old to, like,
Alex Guinness.
borderline dead.
I would love to see the transition, just, like, every scene is just slowly more and more age makeup till the end of the movie. He's just in full Alec Guinness makeup.
It's gotta be all the stress.
You know what? The stress of just doing nothing on a desert planet, it'll get to you.
I mean, if you hate sand and you're living on a desert planet, you'd probably have a lot of stress too.
That's true. And you know what? He probably
Sand is the worst.
rough and
It
coarse.
is.
Unlike you.
Aw. He probably didn't have any
So adorable.
sunscreen, so that's why his skin turned to fucking rubber.
True. It's a really important thing to have in desert planets is skin cream. And
Yeah.
good SPF sunscreen as well.
Oh yeah. It'll fuck up any person that's not Superman, those UV rays.
That's true. And then Superman will just be like, I'm white no matter what.
I've heard him say that, yeah. Oh,
Couple
the
times.
40s. One more piece of kind of nerd news before I get on to the most important part of news. I read that Assassin's Creed Origin is going to be, which is the newest Assassin's Creed game if you haven't heard of it, is going to be way more open world, and there's going to have a lot more freedom than the other games.
Yeah, that's pretty old news, man.
What? Alright, well,
They released information about that like a month ago.
oh,
But yeah, it's supposed to be like open world and then like more like customizable when it comes to your character as opposed to like a set character. Like you're supposed to be able to like basically customize your combat and fighting styles and stuff like that, depending
okay.
on which weapons you plan on using most and which tactics you plan on using most. So like whether if you plan on using a lot more stealth, you can kind of like upgrade your stealth, stuff like that. And it won't be all, like automatic stealth kills. Like if you go like full fighter or something like that, like your hidden assassinations or whatever won't be like one shots
Oh, okay.
anymore. Like you have to actually upgrade your stealth capabilities to be able to one shot people from stealth or something like that. So yeah, the characters will be more like customizable to your playstyle as opposed to just normal, like just being characters that you use.
Okay. The article I read talked about mission states and stuff, how you don't have a very strict mission. So like if you enter one, you can just fuck off anytime you want and go do a side mission and your mission continues. Like it's going to have more stuff along those lines, which I think is kind of cool cuz
That is cool.
in the other games, you're like, all right, you walk up to this dude, a cutscene happens, and then you have to play through the mission, where I guess this isn't the case.
Nice.
Yeah. All right.
Well, hopefully this it gives a bit more inspiration and new feel to the Assassin's Creed franchise that's kind of gotten a little bit stale over the past couple of years.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, I'm going to buy it, and I'm going to play it because I love Assassin's Creed, but they are getting samey and samey.
Yeah.
So, now, you guys sitting down and prepared for this really crazy news I'm about to blow on you?
I'm actually standing up and not prepared, but go anyways.
All right, you're going to want to sit down.
I
This
am ready
is
to be
intense.
underwhelmed.
Good. So, I was on Twitter, and I found out George R.R. Martin is thinking about starting to wear a hat from now on.
No!
Yeah. There's some good pictures of him in a couple different hats. Like, 2 or 3 different hats, different looks. And I'm going to tell you guys, solid 10 out of 10. This dude makes him even hotter.
Didn't he already wear hats?
I don't know.
Yeah, I see him wearing hats most of the time.
Okay, well then they're definitely different hats than just a normal hat. Like, it was a really nice...
He wears like that classic like old man hat or like a sailor type of hat.
Yes, yeah, you're right. But these hats are different. So,
Are they cowboy hats?
no, one of them was pink, I think.
Oh, Jesus. Breast
This is
cancer awareness, George R. R. Martin.
revolutionary.
Yeah, told you should have been sitting down, Clayton.
If you invest in $20 worth of Riot points, you can buy the breast awareness month George R. R. Martin skin where he comes with a pink hat instead.
Wow. See, I would actually do that if there was a George R. R. Martin skin for just every champion. Just no matter what
Jesus Christ.
champion, it just looks identical, but it just has the different movesets.
I'd like to see that for some of the champions like Anivia where it's a bird, or, Annie where it's an 8-year-old girl.
And? Are you saying George R. R. Martin is not as good as an 8-year-old girl?
No, that's not exactly where I was going with it. More if he just encompasses a lot more, like, mass than an 8-year-old girl typically does.
Instead of throwing Tibbers, he could just throw the Night King.
Jesus fucking Christ. Anyways,
So, I was thinking, in honor of Defenders coming out tomorrow, we could talk about the Netflix Marvel shows.
Little time out before we get there.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you guys see the international trailer for Thor Ragnarok?
I was actually about to post it to the group chat, but it was like all Japanese subtitles, pretty much the same as the Comic-Con trailer, with a bit of Benedict Cumberbatch in it.
Yeah.
Wait, Benedict Cumberbatch is in it?
Yeah, Doctor Strange is going to be in the movie.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It said it at the end of Doctor Strange.
I don't think he's gonna be in it a lot, but he's gonna make a cameo at least, at the very minimum.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
Which is cool.
Like with the scene at the end of Doctor Strange, like I didn't know if that'd be in Ragnarok or if that'd be like I don't know when that was gonna come in because I haven't seen anything involving Doctor Strange up until now. So. Well,
You know, basically the trailer just goes like, "Hey, buddy, why are you here? You're kind of like dangerous. So's your brother." And he's like, "I gotta go do this thing." And he's like, "Is doing this thing gonna make you guys leave?" "Yes." "Okay, let's go."
Yeah, they're probably gonna use him to find Odin, who is lost in Wandering Earth.
As Odin does.
Yeah. Oh, and Andrew, I
Cool.
have a question for you before we dive into it. So I'm almost done season 2 of Legends of Tomorrow.
Okay.
I would love to see Constantine in season 3. How do you think that would go? Do you think that's a decent idea?
You know what? Not giving like anything away, but they confirmed that in season 3 there's also going to be a team of like villains that's going to be like the antagonists, and they said they're going to be doing a couple more like mythical type of things and like mysterious and magical shit. So like that would fit very well, I think.
So we could see a Constantine or maybe a Zatanna.
Potentially.
Cool. Cool. So, do you guys want to go season by season as they came out? Do you guys want to go with, like, just Daredevil, then just Jessica Jones? Or do you guys want to, like, and then the rest of them that are less important? But, like, or do you want to go, like, season 1 Daredevil, JJ, season 2 Daredevil, and then the rest? Or
I'd
just...
say in order.
Okay, cool. And then at the end, do you guys want to give, like, just an order of which ones you liked best from the 5?
Sure.
Cool. So I guess that starts us off with season 1 Daredevil. Any initial thoughts?
I loved it. Well, I mean, it was like years ago, or 2 years ago, but I still love it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I didn't start watching it till like a couple weeks after it came out, and a couple of my buddies were like, "Why have you not started watching this? It's crazy good." I'm like, "Alright, well, I'm in the middle of another show, but I guess I can stop watching this show and start another one," which I hate doing. Boy, was that worth it. It was so intense, so good. Oh. Do you guys remember much of the plot? Because it's been a bit since I've seen it.
I've watched it a couple times, so I have a pretty general understanding of how it goes down.
Alright, Clayton, you want to explain season 1's plot?
Okay, well, it starts off, and yeah, you get to know this good old character. His name is Matt Murdock. If anyone doesn't know much about Daredevil, he's actually the main character. He's blind.
What?
But not actually blind, but kind of blind. And he's also Daredevil.
No,
he's
definitely blind. He has no working eyesight.
No, yeah, he's blind, but like at the same time, like he's mentally not blind. He's only physically blind.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's got like the echolocation abilities of a bat on steroids, and you can also smell things that are weird. Like he can, yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, he could taste the copper in the air from an open wound that opened up on his back. Like.
Yeah, because that's what I wanted to taste when I woke up in the morning was the copper of my girlfriend. Never mind. So yeah, and then so he does things, and he's a lawyer, and you get to see why he's blind, which is always fun. And then there's this guy named Kingpin, and he's like a criminal mastermind. And basically, the season is the battle between Daredevil, who's defending Hell's Kitchen, against Kingpin, he says he wants to just like basically tear it down and remake it from new, which is kind of like the plot of Kingsman, but
it's a lot of supervillains.
And there's a lot of lawyer stuff that's always fun, and fantastic action. get some really great side characters like Foggy Nelson and Karen
Page.
I got there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to give anything away though, really, for people who haven't seen it and want to. So that's pretty much all you need to know walking into it.
Yeah.
Do we really want to get into specific plot details?
No, we can kind of just briefly touch upon certain things. You know what I mean? Like, how did you guys?
So people know where we stand on the shows so far.
Yeah, for sure. So how did you guys find villain? Because all good superhero shows need a good villain. All good superhero stuff, and that's where the Marvel movies lack. So this, having, I think, a good villain, makes it a bit different.
I think he's one of the best MCU villains. I thought he was a very interesting, cool character. Because, in the comics, I'm obviously generalizing a little bit, but the Kingpin's very much just this big, physical force who's also smart. But in this, they, put more personality into him. And I like seeing this, shade of the character that we otherwise haven't really seen.
Yeah, you get a bit of the feels for him nearing the end of the season, which is really cool, and I love how they did that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you get a really, really emotional sense with the character as you go more in depth to his background. The thing that I think stands out from the villains in the TV shows as opposed to the movies for Marvel.
Whoa. TV shows? Really, just two. Let's be honest. Let's not generalize for all the MCU TV shows saying that they have good villains.
Okay, well, you know what I mean. The one we're talking about right now, and I mean, the fleshing out of the background of the villain when it came to Kingpin, really giving an in-depth look into his past and how he was brought up and how that turned into him being all villainy and what his background story was and how he was feeling his things. You get to see so much of that character and how he grows along with Daredevil during the plot of that movie.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the biggest aspects that lent to him being, as Andrew said, less of just a physical force, less of just that figurehead enemy and more of an in-depth kind of intimate sort of enemy. So
yeah.
Probably why he was. That's why I think he's probably one of the better villains in the Marvel universe up to now.
Now, I'd like to circle back to something you said just briefly. You called it a movie, which I think is quite funny because it really is. It's it's a 13-hour movie. It's really intense. It's got very good flow throughout it. It's essentially a really long movie where you're just taking breaks in between acts, right?
Well, not all people take breaks between acts. Didn't you sit down and watch Jessica Jones in one sitting?
No, Jessica Jones
Daredevil
I did.
Season 2?
Yeah, Daredevil Season 2 I did in... Well, I had to get up once to get the Chinese food I ordered, but one pretty much
you can get
day.
up for a 5-minute break in a movie, too.
Yeah, and JJ I did in a weekend. But yeah.
So, some of these things are essentially movies for some of us.
Well, I don't generalize the rest of the world as to think that they're as fucked up as we are, so...
That's a fair assessment.
Yeah. Andrew, any thoughts on Daredevil Season 1?
Going into it, I really didn't know what to expect because, from that point on, we've had superhero shows like Arrow, which its own thing.
Mm-hmm.
The only Marvel shows that they were putting out at the time was Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and that was kind of...
At the time was rough.
Yeah, hit and miss back then. It's gotten better. But, so I really didn't know, and then it just came, and it was this dark, gritty, and super likable show, and I was, thrilled. I loved it. I thought Matt Murdock, the actor that portrayed him, did a great job.
Oh, yeah.
Foggy is the cutest human being ever. And Kingpin was a very compelling and interesting villain, and overall, I love the show.
Yeah. One thing that really stuck out with Daredevil, from the first 20 minutes of the first episode, that is just I don't know the right saying. That's just way better than the other shows. Was the fight choreographing? Those fight scenes were fantastic, start to finish. Just so good, so real. It was clearly a dude that knew what he was doing, punching the shit out of people.
And
I
I'm
wish I
thinking
had
back to
watched
one
it.
fight scene in particular. Do you remember the one? It was a single shot, and it was just him following him through the hallway.
Oh my god.
Season 2, or
Amazing.
episode 2, season 1.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is one of the best action sequences I've seen in my life.
It is so good.
Yeah.
I think the episode's called Cut Man.
I think
Can't
so,
remember
yeah.
though.
Sounds about right.
Very end of the episode. Yeah, it's so fucking good.
Yeah.
Just you're right. The choreographed fights in Daredevil are like next to, or what's the word? They're fucking good.
Yeah.
They're good.
Now, one last question for you guys on Daredevil Season 1. Costume. How'd you find the black mask ninja look?
It was cool.
I liked it. It's straight from the comics.
Yeah. Now,
And, by the, like, without giving away, like, too many spoilers, I mean, it goes a little bit in spoiler territory, but, like, a lot, like, pretty much all of the first season except for the last episode is him kind of becoming this hero, and I thought just the idea of him starting with, like, the bare bones costume
yeah.
just capsuled that perfectly.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll talk costume again as we loop ourselves back to Season 2 Daredevil, because that's when you really get the full devil effect.
Oh yeah.
Have any of you guys seen pictures, panels, or read any of the original Daredevil stuff, where he's in the bright, vibrant yellow costume?
I've seen the costume,
it.
but I've never read it.
I haven't read, but I've seen pictures. How hilarious do you think he would look if he was just in a vibrant yellow costume instead of the red one we get at the end?
Probably
We'll
less
take a
so
look
than
at
him wearing a
season 1
scarf
of
on his
Flash and
head.
look at the Reverse Flash.
That's different. The Reverse Flash is wearing the yellow costume because he's trying to not be the Flash. This is just... It's the same character, same everything. It's the exact same show we get. He's just, instead of wearing the black bandana or the red costume at the end, it's just bright yellow.
Well, maybe it's Reverse Daredevil. Devil Dare.
Devil Dare, his new ultimate supervillain.
It could work.
I'm sure Stan Lee could make it work.
I mean, he hasn't had issues up to this point. Well, that's actually not true, but inside of movies and TV, he hasn't had many issues up to this point.
Yeah. Anything else on this one?
We nailed it.
Watch it if you haven't.
Do you guys want to give a famous rating for the end of this at the end of each season, or?
Sure, we can.
Okay.
All right. Who wants? Clayton, go first.
I'm gonna give it 14 Foggy Nelsons.
Nice.
Oh, it's the best rating ever.
Andrew?
A single head crushed in a car door.
Oh, that's a good one.
Jesus.
I'll go with 32 billy clubs to the face.
Holy fuck.
All right. Jessica Jones. I was really looking forward to this one, but knew nothing about the character, and I think that's why it took me as surprised as it did.
The only things I
That was
knew
a
going
really good
in
show.
was she had a thing with Luke Cage, she's strong, and also what? Alcoholic, and
Yeah.
that's it.
Yep. Andrew, explain the plot.
Okay, so we have Jessica Jones, and she has a little bit of PTSD from this very toxic relationship that she was in the past with somebody who can apparently control people by just telling them what to do. So she's trying to run away from this, and this guy, he catches up with her, and basically she just wants to be free of it. And the story chronicles her interactions with Kilgrave, the Purple Man, and it just shows the worst parts of toxic relationships, and in a really dark and gritty way.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, it's basically just Jessica Jones trying to get past this thing that happened, but it's becoming increasingly hard because of his presence and his relentlessness.
Yeah, that sums it up pretty well. So, what do you
Man,
guys...
that was so much better than my synopsis.
Yeah, wait till you guys hear mine. It's going to be broken as fuck.
Which one are you doing?
I was going to do the next one. We're just going to keep it going in the circle.
Okay.
So what do you guys think of the show as a whole?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I was blown away because Daredevil was amazing. I was like, okay, like, I'm not expecting a Daredevil quality show, but, like, I hope it's good. Like, the MCU hasn't disappointed me so far, and it just, again, it just fucking blew me away on how great it was and how great the characters were and the story, and I loved it.
Yeah, it was insane and intense and wild ride through start to finish. So, probably the best villain in the entire MCU, in my opinion,
I would
Kilgrave.
agree.
What a fucking character. Holy shit.
The worst fucking person ever,
Just a
but
sleaze.
so good
Oh,
at being so bad.
yeah.
Like, if they got anyone else other than David Tennant to play him, it would have been terrible. Because,
I
like,
agree.
Like, he brought so much charisma to this disgusting, toxic human that, like, if they did any other approach to it, it would have been just terrible.
Oh,
He
yeah.
brought so much to the role and made it his own.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, he was a fucking fantastic character.
Oh, so good. So good. The action sequences in this weren't as bad. Sorry, Clayton, did you have any fun things to say about Kilgrave?
Oh, pretty much the same shit as you guys do. Like, he was fantastic. Watching him was one of the highlights of the MCU. His overall mental illness, whatever you want to call it, that really just it's so fucked up. It's so fun to watch, and he's a pleasure. So, and I agree that David Tennant pulled it off about as perfectly as anyone could have. So.
Yeah. And again, they gave you some background into this character that kind of at one point you were like, oh, this poor guy. But that is short-lived, but oh, it's such a good ride they take you on.
This poor rapist.
Okay. All right, maybe...
I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah. Jessica Jones was just an insane, out-of-nowhere event. Yeah, that's probably the best way I can put it, because, like it's 13 hours of fuck was that? Of watching. Either someone's breaking into my house or someone's home. I don't know. It's whatever. I wouldn't worry about it. Yeah, it's like 13 hours of sitting down and watching. It's a lot of time. Like, I'd consider it an event.
An event. Fair enough, I guess. I can follow your logic for that one at least.
Yeah. Anything else you guys want to say, or you want to dive into some ratings?
I mean, similarly to the Daredevil one, you should watch it if you haven't. But other than that, I don't really have much else to say without going into specific plot details. So.
Yeah. Andrew?
I think we covered it. It was really good. A great follow up to Daredevil, and yeah, it was just an interesting take because pretty much majority of the MCU is just hero, bad guy, they fight, problem over.
Yeah.
Daredevil brought that to, like, and this is the purpose of all these Netflix shows, to a street level, and it was like more gritty. And Jessica Jones touched on so many aspects of, like, negative parts of our culture and mental illness, and it was just a very interesting approach, and, like, the themes that it covered while staying in the superhero genre.
Yeah.
I thought it was very unique, and they portrayed it really well.
Yeah, for sure. So, Andrew, do you want to give it a rating?
I don't want to go first.
Nope.
I'm trying to think of one, and I'm stressed out.
Nope. You started with the plot and have to rate it first. He's fake breaking up.
Fuck. Okay, I'm going to give it, this is great content here. I'm panicking. I don't know.
I'm leaving it all in, too.
Let's see. I want you to go first.
No!
Go first.
Just come up with something. This isn't
Fucking shit.
important.
Okay, I'm going to give it 3 dry clean purple suits.
That was fucking terrible, Andrew. You can come up with something better. I'm just fucking with you. I'm gonna give it 8 red nuke pills. Clayton?
Oh man, I was gonna go with. Okay, fuck. Now I gotta rethink mine. I'm gonna give it 7 alcoholic rape victims.
Jeez.
Oh no!
Wow. Okay.
Anyways.
So then, after Jessica Jones was season 2 Daredevil. I guess I'll explain the plot. So
Yeah, your
after
turn.
the plot of season 1 of Daredevil that we're not gonna spoil, he's out on the streets. He's punching bad guys, but there's a new guy in town who's doing the same thing Daredevil's doing, except on a mass murdering scale, which is John Bernthal's The Punisher. And him and Matt do not get along because of opposing moral issues. So they have a bit of a beef. And then halfway through it, the season kind of takes a tonal switch, and you get his long lost friend from college / girlfriend, Elektra, who is this crazy murdering assassin who has possible abilities that get hinted at throughout everything, and they have to go just beat the shit out of a bunch of ninjas. And then Elektra does what Elektra does best.
Leave it at that.
Oh yeah, exactly. Just gonna end that one there. Is there a villain in this one?
Yeah.
Who?
Kind of.
The Hand.
I mean,
Okay, yeah, for sure. That was a less good villain because it's more like backgroundy,
Shady.
yeah, scariness. But so,
Like-
what were you gonna say?
Nothing.
Awesome. Costume wise, it's a slightly different from the end of season 1, but I quite enjoyed it.
Yes. I also enjoyed it. I don't know. I mean, I've been a Daredevil fan for a really long time.
Yeah.
Even before the Ben Affleck movie. So, but yeah, seeing him in that what's the word? Get up basically for the season.
Yeah.
Reminiscing to my childhood was a really fun time.
Yeah. I found the second season had a lot more character stuff. Like, you had Karen Page having a really big arc this season where she does some things and has some stuff happen and blah, 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 blah. So that was just
Very
a bit
true.
of a different focus, I guess.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, let's be honest here, though. When it comes to Daredevil season 2, the biggest standout feature was the Punisher.
He was fantastic.
Yes. Very, very fucking awesome.
I cannot wait for his show.
Yes. I mean, like, the performance by what's his name, John Bernthal, was
Yeah.
spectacular. And as the season did kind of drift away from the Punisher over to a different kind of focus near the end of the season, the first half with him was definitely the more entertaining and the better half of the two. And watching it and especially the dynamic between Daredevil and Punisher is a really fun ride that takes you on. So
Yeah, I totally agree. Andrew?
I really liked the season, but a little less so than, actually probably a fair amount less so than season 1.
Agreed.
I thought it had a lot of strong aspects, like the stuff with Matt, great as always. The stuff with Punisher, phenomenal, especially with Matt and the Punisher together. I had fun with Matt and Elektra doing their thing for a little bit, but I felt like, okay, so like the villains, it was just like these ninjas, so like that was kind of underwhelming, and I wasn't a fan of a couple choices that they made, especially with the like second half of the Punisher storyline and the conclusion to the season. I didn't like a couple of the choices made, But overall, the action was great, and I think this season excelled off of Daredevil's interactions with the new players.
Yeah, that's a fair statement. And any last remarks before we make the rating and move on?
Don't watch it until you've seen season 1, but then watch it.
I mean, that's really good advice. Or just watch season 1, watch season 2 first, and just live on the edge.
No, only Lady Gaga can do that. You're not Lady Gaga. Just watch season 1 first.
How do you know Lady Gaga isn't listening?
Because I know Lady Gaga isn't listening.
Well, with that attitude, she's not. Now she's not, that you've just insulted her on the internet.
I didn't insult her. I just said she was special and unique from all other people, and she can be an exception to the rule.
You just told Lady Gaga that she's not Lady Gaga.
No, I told her she's not watching this, and you want to know why? Because she has better shit to do.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Like, actual stuff that isn't...
Like watching
that
season
isn't just
2
a logo.
Daredevil without seeing season 1.
Exactly.
Alright, well, I guess
I bet you she skipped right to the end of Lost and understood it all.
I wouldn't be shocked if she did. I guess it's only fair I have to rate this now, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna give it 4 blind men strapped to a chimney. Clayton?
Is that something that's common in your life?
Every day I walk to work and I see at least one blind guy strapped to a chimney. Not sure how they got there. I don't ask the questions. I just move on.
Not by seeing.
Yeah, definitely not by seeing.
Do you ever think to maybe stop and call the police?
No, man, I don't want to be late for work.
Wow. Wow.
What?
Okay. Well, I'm gonna is a comparison. Seeing as give that direct comparison, I'm gonna give this one 11 Foggy Nelsons.
Okay, you know what? That's fair.
I'm gonna give this
Mine actually works. So.
One large, devastating shotgun shell to the face.
Oof. Yep. All right.
Fuck,
Speaking
Jesus
of
Christ.
speaking of equivalent shotgun shells to the face, Clayton, do you want to explain Luke Cage?
Want to? No, but will I? Yes. So Luke Cage is the definition of a TV show that is almost good for the first half of the season and then makes stupid decisions, and then the last half of the season makes you not want to watch it anymore. It's about this guy. His name is Luke Cage, as given by the title, Luke Cage. His skin is really, really tough. It's like if you put a scalpel to it, it won't cut it.
Mm.
And even if you shoot it, it won't go through.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's impenetrable in quotes.
In quotes.
Kind of like a chastity belt.
I don't like that laugh.
It takes place in Harlem, and there's lots of weird pop culture things going on that I didn't really understand because I'm not very into hip hop. And there's barbershops and shooting, and I don't know. There's a couple compelling characters that go on throughout the show, and then it ends in a really weird note that you wish it didn't go to, and it's just not as good as the first of 3 that were mentioned. But
yeah.
I don't know. All in all, it's one of those things where if you're a continuum buff, you're gonna have to watch it one way or the other. So just get it over with. And if you're not, this is probably the one to skip. So
yeah. Insert long drawn out sigh here. Yeah. Thank you. I found the show just really cheaply made. Like, you could see the weird budget cutting shots. Like, the sets didn't look as good as they did in Daredevil and Jessica Jones. And every time someone was on the phone, it was just the phone was turned off and you didn't get to, like, see anything on their phones except for one time where it was just an locked screen of an iPhone when one of the characters was on the phone. Like, it just wasn't good.
I really had a hard time with it. I enjoyed the first couple episodes.
Yeah, I agree.
I thought they were fine. Like, I was waiting for like something to happen to really get me into the show, and then they made a couple ballsy choices with maybe a death or two, and I was like, oh, okay, what's going on now? And then from that point on, it just replaced any ballsy decision they made with more of the same but less good.
Yeah.
And I just got bored and annoyed with it because, like, especially the villains, because we have somewhat of a team of villains in this show.
Yeah.
I hated all of them.
They were
for the most part.
Yeah, no, I agree. They were all really annoying.
Cringy and
Yup.
poorly written, and the delivery was terrible, and they're just not likable characters, and like not in a like villainous way. It's just like I like dislike their characters. Like they're not good, and I feel like they make the show worse. They don't better it.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I'm gonna have to disagree on a limited case. There was out of the 4 villains that I would say like are the main villains in the show, the team of 4. I liked one of them.
I also liked one of them.
I don't remember his fucking name. It's been so long.
Cottonmouth.
Cottonmouth. Yeah, I didn't mind him. I shouldn't say I liked him. Like he was no Purple Man or Kingpin, but I did not mind him. I thought he had a couple like redeeming qualities, and he was at least entertaining to watch for the most part. However, the other 3 were definitely, I agree with the rest of whatever you said, they're cringeworthy and boring and added nothing positive really to the show. And unfortunately, it seems like at least 1 or 2 of them will be coming back for another season if they do one, so God help us all.
Yeah, season 2 of Luke Cage is greenlit, so we are getting one.
Great.
Whether we want it or not.
Now, agree with me if you will, but by far the best fight scene that Luke Cage was in was the bar scene from Jessica Jones, yes?
Yeah.
Like...
I really enjoyed him. I don't know what the building was. I remember it being called, is it like Crispus Attucks?
Yeah,
or whatever?
It was.
It like when he rips the fucking car door off and he just like breaks in and like tears shit up. That was cool.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
It was, yeah, you're right, it was cool.
Yeah. I mean, I found them boring up until... Because he couldn't get hurt by anything up till near the end. And then he... Spoiler alert for a show that don't watch anyway unless you're, like, Clayton said, a Continuum buff. Someone can hurt him near the end. And that was just one of the many super contrived scenarios that the entire show had. Like, every single time anything happened was like, wow, that was really forced. It was a super forced way to get Claire Temple in the show. It was a super forced way to get any conflict. Like, right at the beginning, Luke Cage wants to go and talk to Cottonmouth and beat him up or whatever, and Pop's like, don't do it. And then Pops gets killed in, like, episode 2, spoiler alert, I guess. And then he goes and he just makes a big deal out of it when Cottonmouth's like, yo, I didn't have anything to do with this. And then just for some reason, Luke Cage just hates him.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah. Okay.
So much for no plot devices, eh? Alright.
Yeah. Alright, Clayton, you want to give this one a rating?
Okay. I'm gonna give it... 3 absolutely crushed bullets.
Alright. Canopic?
Okay, I'm gonna give it -2 shades.
You did not like him, eh?
No. No.
I'm gonna give it 2/3 of a barbershop death. Alright. Andrew, do you wanna explain the plot of Iron Fist?
Okay. So I'm gonna pay a little bit of homage to the show, and you'll see what I mean.
Okay.
About a couple, 2 or 3, 4 seconds in. So, the show is about Danny Rand, and Danny Rand was in a plane crash as a kid with his parents, and then Danny Rand somehow escaped the plane crash, got saved by monks, so then Danny Rand got trained by the monks, and Danny Rand is now this super, like, cool martial artist. So then Danny Rand decides to come back to New York, and he's just kind of oblivious, and he's like, oh yeah, nothing's wrong, so I'm just going to go back to my parents' business. And then Danny Rand tries to get into the business. Everyone thinks he's fucking nuts, as one would. You have no proof of who you are, and it's been like 15 years. So Danny Rand's out on the streets, and like he sees his old childhood friends, and they're dealing with their own family issues, and they're also running his business now. And for most of the show, it's him trying to convince the world that he is Danny Rand. And they say Danny Rand a couple times.
So many times.
Every couple seconds. Anyway, so Danny Rand convinces people of who he is, and then the Hand comes in, and Danny Rand is a sworn protector of Kunlun, and he has to fight off the Hand. So basically the second half of
Daredevil
the
season
show is Danny Rand trying to stop the Hand.
Yeah.
Not Danny Rand, stop the Hand.
Danny Rand.
So fun fact, because I really don't want to talk about Iron Fist, did you guys know that the Foot Clan from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are based off of the Hand?
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Yep, and the Ninja Turtles were inspired by Daredevil.
Were they?
Yeah.
I
Actually?
heard that
Yeah.
they both got their powers from the same toxic waste.
Oh, that's cool.
That's a thing.
So why are
in
the
like a
turtles
crossover
blind?
comic.
Because they didn't get it in their eyes. Duh.
Okay, well, you got me there.
So,
Wait, do the turtles have echolocation now then? Are they turtle bats?
don't all
Bat
turtles
turtles?
have echolocation and big black wings? I've never seen a
No,
turtle,
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Another fun fact: Erin is just finishing up Iron Fist today,
Oh, okay.
and last night when she was watching it, she was like also drinking, and I said, "Play the Danny Rand drinking game." She went through like 2 beer in less than 10 minutes.
Every time someone says Danny Rand, or he
And
specifically.
every time someone says Danny Rand, take a drink. If he
Nice.
says his name himself, take 2.
That's awesome. So,
Yeah.
would you consider the Hand the villain, or would it be Faramir? Faramir was the villain, right? I don't
Yeah.
remember. I don't remember what his name was.
He was her dad and his dad,
Yep.
but not Danny Rand's dad.
No, but I don't remember his name.
I'm gonna call her Amanda, and he's Jeffrey. It was Amanda and Jeffrey's dad.
Jeffrey is definitely his last name. No, his name was Ward.
Yes.
Definitely. But I don't remember Amanda's name.
Wait, was his last name Ward or his first name
I
Ward?
think first name.
Okay.
Ward was the name of the son. The last name's Meacham. Harold
Yes.
Meacham.
Harold Meacham.
Meacham's, right.
Nice. Yeah.
Overall, what'd you guys think of the show?
It wasn't amazing. But there was one thing I learned after watching the show that kind of gave it a bit of credit. Finn Jones had 5 minutes before every fight scene to learn the choreography for the fight scene.
Wow.
And he was never wearing a mask, so he couldn't have a double. So with that, it's not as bad as it could have been.
But why do they only give him 5 minutes?
I have no idea.
My opinions, I thought, one, like, his fist, when it lit up, that looked fucking awesome.
Yep.
I really like Colleen Wing.
Yep.
She was a really interesting, cool character. I thought it was definitely better than Luke Cage.
Yep.
It wasn't without its faults, and, like, I feel like this is one of those examples where it could have benefited off of less episodes.
Oh yeah, that and Luke Cage
I
for
thought
sure.
it was very okay. I liked it.
Yeah,
I don't think it deserves the amount of hate that it got,
that's fair.
because people online fucking ripped it.
They
And,
hated it right from the start. As soon as they cast Finn Jones, like, why isn't he Asian? Like, people on the internet did not like this from the conception of the idea.
But the original Iron Fist isn't Asian, is he?
Nope.
No, he's
Yeah,
American.
He's a white boy.
Yeah, I don't understand people's anger, but whatever.
It's like, I understand when people are mad about, like, gender typing characters who are supposed to be other races.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, we're just accurately casting. Like, if they made Luke Cage white, that'd be weird.
Yep.
But I mean, as far as I'm concerned, making a white character white is not supposed to be looked down upon, seeing as he's supposed to be white, and that's how he's created.
Yeah, for sure. The fight scenes were better than Luke Cage, I thought, but not as good as Daredevil.
Yeah, they were like.
I'd agree.
Yeah, there's not much more to say about it, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, and
My
I found.
favorite character was the drunk guy.
He was awesome.
He was so fucking funny.
Yeah, and so that's one thing that the show did better than Luke Cage, is it had a couple different minor villains than Luke Cage. Like, they were better. You had the drunken guy, you had the Bride of Nine Spiders, you had Madame Gao again, who is weird and we don't know what she's up to.
She's gowing.
She's gowing about, selling heroin.
As one does.
Stupid.
Yeah. Do you guys want to give this one a rating?
Okay, I will give it 5,642 Danny Rands.
Nice. I will give it 8 molten dragon hearts.
I'm just gonna give it 7 Kunluns.
7 Kung Luns. That's a good amount of Kung
Some-
Luns.
One's
Yeah, it's like
often
not
enough,
too many Kunluns, but like not
7 it is.
enough. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Whoever wants to go first, give it rank them overall in and about each other.
What?
Like, did you prefer Daredevil season 2 over Jessica Jones?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, rank. Okay.
Yeah. I'm sure Andrew already
Do you
has
guys
it
want
down.
to go from best to worst or worst to best?
I was gonna go best to worst, but I'm
Okay.
opposed to I'm not opposed to flipping it if we need be.
Best to worst it is.
All right. I'm pretty sure Andrew already has it in his head. So if Clayton, if you need a second to think about it, we can just go Andrew first.
I don't mind, but go in whatever you want.
All right.
I'll go first. I'm going to give Jessica Jones number 1. I'm going to give first season of Daredevil a close number 2. Like, very close.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them are very good for different reasons. And then I'm going to go probably Daredevil season 3, then Iron Fist, then Luke Cage.
Wow.
That's
Andrew.
season 3, too. 3 doesn't exist yet, but I'm sure it'll be great.
I'm sure it'll be better than Iron Fist and Luke Cage.
Yeah.
Clayton?
I'm gonna have to switch it up a little bit. I'm gonna go Daredevil season 1.
Mm-hmm.
JJ.
Yep.
Or Jessica Jones. Daredevil season 2.
Yep.
Iron Fist and Luke Cage at the end.
Yep. I'm pretty much the same as you guys. I'm Jessica Jones, Daredevil season 1, the first half of Daredevil season 2, then Iron Fist, then the second half of Daredevil season 2, and then Luke Cage.
I like that. I could get behind that.
But if you just put Daredevil season 2 together, the first half is enough to rank season 2 above Iron Fist.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Because Iron Fist was very okay all the way through.
Yeah.
But Daredevil was amazing first half, and it was good second half.
Yeah, and it just slowed down a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Do you guys want to give a quick, brief talk about Eastwatch?
Oh, yeah.
Cause,
I mean,
whoo!
that was fun.
I agree.
By the way,
So-
just a little timeout. Defenders coming out tomorrow, and we're saving off talks for that because that's going to be next week's topic.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna go over that next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on to Thrones.
I can. My goal is to have it done by Monday morning. So that's me. I'm good to record whenever, but that's just me.
I don't have any goals because it totally 100% depends on
Where
a
you
lot of
are.
different
And,
stuff. If my laptop doesn't start working, I'll have it done by tomorrow.
That's fair.
But otherwise, yeah, but I'll definitely have it done before we start talking again. So, or hopefully at least.
I'll probably be done by probably Monday or Tuesday. Because, I mean, also, it's only 8 episodes.
Exactly.
So that's 5 less than we're used to.
Yeah. So I plan on getting a bunch done Sunday night, Thrones, a couple more, and then a bunch then finishing Monday morning. But that's for later. So, Game of Thrones episode 5?
5.
Season 7.
East Watch by the Sea.
Yeah.
That wasn't a joke, but yeah. So, not our most action-packed episode, but holy exposition, Batman.
Should we just start from the beginning and go through it?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright, well, it started off with Jamie and Bronn, right?
Yes.
Pulling themselves out of the lake, defying all physics.
Yep, with Jamie and all that apparently very buoyant metal armor.
Very buoyant in metal armor, yeah. Bronn must be a fucking gold medalist swimmer in Westeros to be able to pull them both out of there, but...
Oh, yeah.
It seems like, I don't know, Bronn kind of seems kind of fed up with Jamie's bullshit. He wants his castle.
Yeah, he does.
Died in front of a dragon fire for a damn castle and he still doesn't have it, so...
Yep.
But yeah, I don't know. It seems like after... Oh, what was it called? Like the last episode. Jamie's lost a lot of hope when it comes to winning this war, which is kind of funny.
Yeah,
he's like the main general for their army.
Yup.
And when your main general has very little hope you're gonna win, that can probably demoralize your whole entire army. So Shmally Lannister's like, fucking hate you, go die. But yeah.
Yeah. What's next? After that is Sam's shitbag of a father getting burnt alive?
Good.
Yeah, that was, Jesus fucking Christ, Daenerys. Bend the knee or die. Most people bend the knee. Okay. One more chance, bend the knee or die. A couple more people bend the knee. Alright, you guys are dying. Beheading? No. Call me Stannis 2.0, bitch. We're burning alive today.
2.0.
That's fucking savage, man.
And wow, that dragon.
It's big.
Did anyone else think that he was gonna eat them?
I that's kind of what I thought at first.
I thought he was just
No,
gonna have a
I
little
assumed
snacky poo.
You know, fill the rumbling in his tummy after the battle.
Got a rumbling in my
He
tummy that only
did
gives
a
me
lot of
satisfaction.
flying.
Yeah, that's gotta burn off some calories.
Jesus fucking.
Equivalent to 2 people. So
Well, yeah.
not immediately, but the Monday morning after watching Thrones on Sunday, before work, I watched an episode of Legends of Tomorrow, and fuck, the CGI compared to that dragon is just a joke. Like, it's awful.
I mean, Game of Thrones is like Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Where it's better than everything else at everything, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything, like, Game of Thrones looks fan-fucking-tastic compared to most other things.
Yeah.
I don't know, am I the only one here who says that, or who's of the opinion that you kind of feel bad for Dickon?
Oh, I felt bad for him.
I feel like, you know, he was on the wrong side of the war, but he wasn't even, like, a bad guy. I feel like Dickon was kind of like the best of both worlds when it came to Sam and Randall. Like, he was, like, not a genius, but he was, like, a relatively okay guy. And then he was strong and, you know, like, smart. And he would have actually been, I think, an okay leader to take on the Tarly name.
Yeah.
And instead, we just extinct another major house. So, yeah, that was
Yes.
unfortunate.
Hey. Sam is still there.
Yeah, but he took the black.
Sam's a member of the Night's Watch. He can't inherit house.
Oh, fuck. Shit.
So I think what we should do at the end of the season is we should have a count of how many extinct houses there have been in 7 seasons. Because I think that'd be fun.
I think...
Yeah, we can do that. There's been a couple.
How about just this season?
Yeah, this season's gonna be a few. What happened after that? Did we see Jon touch the dragon?
Yeah, I think that might have been what came next, or the next important part, at least.
That was cool.
What a good boy.
Yeah. And then... and then you got to see Daenerys get wet, because, like, apparently she now wants to bang Jon.
Jesus fuck. I mean, if I had a couple of dragons and some girl started touching them, like, I'd be like, yeah, it would touch me too. I mean,
Yeah.
what? If you can touch my dragons, can you touch my cat as well?
Are you
And
talking
then,
from Daenerys' point of view or from your point of view?
All of the above. I
Alright.
mean, look at Kit Harington.
Yeah, that's true. He's very
You
pretty.
would let him touch your cat.
Yeah.
But before that could happen, creepy Jorah comes along
Yup.
and just does creepy things.
And the
just-
cock block of the year goes to Jorah Mormont.
I'm so happy he's back. I like Jorah.
Oh, me
I've always
too.
liked Jorah.
I hate him. He's fucking uncomfortable and creepy.
Oh, I love him. I think that the dynamic that he puts forward, being like 40 or whatever, and her being like, you know, like less than 20, I think it makes for a great romantic pairing.
See, I'm gonna disagree.
Dilf.
He is the DILF. He's the DILF all of us want to be until he got like dragon aids.
Dragonades. Yup.
I mean, pretty much. But
I don't like it.
yeah.
I hope he dies.
No, I mean, he very well might, but no. And then that'd be another, well, I guess not, because we have, what's her face, what's the little Mormont girl's name?
Lyanna.
Yeah, apparently the North just lets females inherit houses, otherwise, that house would be dead too, but, I don't know.
Well, the
I like-
Mormonts are different because back in the War of the Five Kings, her mother or whatever, which I think her name was Maggie or Margie, something like that, was the Lord of Bear Island. So I think that's just a common thing for the Mormonts.
Yeah, I don't know, but the Mormonts are different. They're very progressive when it comes to they'll let anyone beat someone up if it's female or male, so.
And you know what? That's the society I want to live in.
Where females can beat the shit out of me just as equally as males.
Well, some females can beat the shit out of me just as equally as males. I'm not a fighter.
That's true. You're a
I beg
lover.
to differ.
Ah! I forgot about that.
I didn't.
Oh, that's an off air. We'll catch Clayton up off air.
Good, because I'm confused.
Good. What happened after that? Oh, I think we got went we went up to Winterfell.
Yeah. Bran was using his drones to spy on the Night King,
Yep.
and he
You
fucking
idiot,
got
Val.
caught.
Pardon, Andrew?
Bran was using his drones to spy on the Night King, and he got caught.
Oh, yeah, he did. That he did. And then
UAV shot down.
yes. Then we got to see Arya playing exactly into Littlefinger's hands.
Oh
God
god,
damn it,
I don't like that
so fucking
sentence.
I could have worded that differently, but I'm gonna let that stand.
I see no issues.
Thank you, Clayton.
You're welcome.
It could be worse. I could have said that Arya is... No, actually, I don't know where to go with that. We're just gonna move on.
She's
Before
well.
we move
No.
on,
Let's hold on for a second there. So
No, I meant
I
meant
don't know.
move on from trying to just make weird
Oh.
stuff in this. I want to talk with this scene. It's a very important one.
yeah, it's fucking intense. Well, like let's start off with Arya and Sansa. Arya just being a fucking dick for like, well, because Sansa, but so like even before Littlefinger scene, like it seems like there's not very much trust between the Stark sisters as it is.
Clayton?
Okay, I'll just keep talking.
I thought it sounded like you were gonna like that was something you were gonna say more to. So I was like,
Oh, I was leaving it open for like some interaction, but that's okay. I'll keep going for now. You guys can interact. You can come in. The
it's
next,
hard
next
to
bit.
tell when I can't see anyone's face.
That's true. I could just be like taking a deep inhale, so I'm ready to fucking spew words like no tomorrow,
Hmm.
like an Asian rapping.
Wait, why Asian?
Is that racist?
No, I'm
You know
pretty
how
sure
Asians
Asians
fast
rap.
Asians talk.
Oh, okay, true.
Have you ever heard an Asian talk? It's I think that's what you're song. That was racist.
okay, that one's
I'm sorry.
racist.
I mean, but Asians don't really get sensitive over the racist thing because I don't know.
They
were-
outnumber
I mean,
us 17
imagine
to
anyway.
if sheer numbers,
Holy
they'll
fuck.
destroy us.
Yeah. So now
That's true.
back on to less racist things. The note that Arya found, that was definitely not the note that Peter Baelish got, right? That is a different note.
No idea. Well, did you read what it said?
I didn't. My manager at work actually stopped it and kind of gave me a quick summary that he could make out. And he said it had something to do with Sansa writing it, and it said, "Your sister, Sansa."
Yeah, basically the note was Sansa writing from King's Landing to to what the fuck's buddy's name? John, the brother.
Rob.
Rob. It was Sansa writing to Rob to bend the knee.
Yeah, way back from season 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, but it makes Sansa look super fucking... Because she actually talks up the Lannisters a little bit in the note.
Yeah.
I read an article that gave me the complete layout for the note. I read it a couple of days ago, so I don't remember word for word, but it was basically, to the effect of Rob. This whole, basically, father was a traitor, and it's really unfortunate what happened, but, there's no need for war. Come bend the knee, and the Lannisters are actually treating me really nicely, even though Dad was a traitor.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. So now Arya's reading this, and she's like, this makes Sansa look really fucking bad to Arya, even though Arya has, no idea the circumstances or what was written in.
Yeah.
And Littlefinger is just, the fucking smartest person in this universe. It's
and now,
insane.
Yeah, he is. He's my favorite character because of it. And now I'm 90% sure the note that he got was a copy of Maester Lewin's that said something about Lysa Arryn sent the one. Oh fuck! Let me restart that. It's the note that Lysa Arryn sent to Catelyn in the pilot, saying that the Lannisters killed Jon Arryn and blah blah blah, and it's essentially the last proof of evidence that could be tied back to Littlefinger that he started the entire Game of Thrones.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, he's a genius. I love it.
I know, it's insane how...
I
was like,
but,
holy shit,
so
Arya's
good.
like... Oh.
Blah, 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 blah. Andrew just said he hates him, but he's so good.
Oh, yeah, when I first started watching that scene, I was so surprised. I was like, holy shit, Arya's the person. She's the snake who's gonna sneak up on Littlefinger. She's got him in her grasp, and he doesn't know what's going on, and she's just too schnucky for him, but...
Yep.
All along, Littlefinger, he just knew, somehow.
Oh, yeah.
God damn, that guy he's just a freaking genius.
Yep.
Okay, so do you want to hear the scariest thing that's ever happened to me?
All right.
So...
Yes.
Okay. So I was watching Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. It comes on after Game of Thrones.
Uh-huh.
And you know the scene after Arya comes out of the room and Littlefinger is just looking like a fucking creep?
Yep.
So I'm watching Last Week Tonight, and that fucking his face pops up on the screen. No volume, wasn't supposed to be there. It just pops up and then just goes away and resumes programming. So fucking jump scare Littlefinger face scares the shit out of me. I'm like, maybe they did that just for a joke.
Yeah.
And I rewatched the episode on YouTube after, because he posts full episodes on YouTube, and it wasn't there. So there was a fucking glitch in my TV that just pasted Littlefinger's creepy fucking face on my screen.
That's amazing.
You're welcome. You have been blessed by the Littlefinger gods.
So I'm not sure what happens. Oh, is after next the Citadel?
Yeah.
Might be.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's like fucking Sam being annoyed with all of them, and then...
I mean, to be fair, they are condescending little shits,
Yeah.
aren't they?
But then, Gilly gives us probably the biggest piece of exposition we could get.
Oh my god. And
In
it's
the
completely
background,
freaking
completely
disregarded.
shut down.
Yeah! So, that means Jon
Jon Snow's not a bastard.
Jon Snow has a better claim to the Iron Throne than Daenerys.
Oh boy, oh gosh, golly, oh goodness gracious me.
Oh, jeez,
So
Rick.
what exactly did she say?
She said that Rhaegar Targaryen got an annulment so that he wasn't married to Elia Martell,
Elliot.
and then he got a
Martell.
secret marriage, and they didn't say to who, but we know it's Lyanna Stark.
Who else?
Yeah.
Who else? Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Oh.
yeah, Jon Snow is not a fucking bastard. He is the actual heir to the Targaryen legacy.
It is Jon Targaryen.
Holy
So
fuck,
is
I can't
that
believe
how it works? Why would Jon be closer to than Dany?
Because Rhaegar was her older brother, and he was supposed to be the heir of...
Okay.
And then so his children would have a higher claim than any of his siblings.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's the same way that Joffrey, if he was actually a Baratheon, why Joffrey gets the throne instead of Stannis or Renly.
Exactly.
If if Joffrey was actually a true heir. But yeah, and they threw that out there and then completely disregarded it as if it was like nothing. And I was like, wait. I rewinded. I was like, Nicole, wait, we have to. What? And I went back. I was like, holy fucking shit! They just like pasted over that like it was nothing.
Yep.
And I was rattled.
I was excited. I was on the edge of my seat. We skipped over the Jaime and Tyrion talk, but that was kind of boring. But I want to go to Gendry.
Well, I don't think the Jaime Tyrion talk was boring per se, but the more important part was the Cersei Jaime talk after, where she fucking knew all along.
Oh yeah.
What the hell? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and preface this with the fact that Qyburn is the genius, not Cersei.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit.
Cersei's an idiot.
Cersei's an idiot. Qyburn is way too good for her.
Yeah.
I am very surprised that she didn't capture him, though. I'm very shocked that she let that happen.
Me too.
That's what I said. But I don't know. It's weird. It's like a weird dynamic where, like, I know Jaime's so on the fence right now when it comes to everything. Like, Jaime's so, like, because he's, like, an actual decent human being where he's like, holy shit, is there a threat to humanity? And if so, like, and we're going to lose this war and, like, saving lives and actually doing the right thing, whereas Cersei's, like, fucking mentally unstable. But, yeah, it'll be weird, because didn't Cersei say that they're going to meet with Daenerys now?
Yeah.
After that? So that'll be really, really interesting to see what happens next episode. If Cersei and Daenerys meet for the first time ever, that'll be probably the biggest bitch fest I will ever see in our lifetimes, but yeah.
Bend the knee. No, you bend the knee. You bend the knee.
No.
I trust the writers in this situation.
Me too. Continue, Andrew.
Sorry.
I trust the writers in this situation, but, like, of fucking course Cersei's gonna let this happen so she could be a backstabbing fucking bitch.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm scared that she's, like, I trust the writers. I don't think they'd let Dany just walk into a trap, but, like, I'm nervous of that.
I don't know, man. If Akbar did it, anyone could do it.
It's true. Now, the real key is Daenerys going to have someone like Akbar to let her know that there's possibly a trap or not?
I think at the end of the day, Missandei will yell, it's a trap.
If they don't, I'll be upset.
Cersei pulls out a sword. Cersei's men start pulling out swords. Missandei,
it's a trap! So...
What? Anyway,
So...
yeah, and then... You go.
I was going to say, I was going to move on to the Gendry scene, but if you have more to talk about, continue.
No, I was going to move on to Gendry as well. He finally stopped rowing.
That's what I was going to say. That was a good joke. That was a fan joke.
When they reference memes in my favorite TV and memes, yay.
Yep.
Fuck.
Just a little side note. Cersei's definitely not pregnant, right?
No, I think she is.
I think she is, and I think that's going to be great, because that confirms something that I think is going to happen in the future that I know Andrew doesn't want me to say out loud.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Tell me later.
I will.
But, I forgot about that. It's weird that I forgot about Cersei saying she's pregnant. That seems like a major detail, but...
Yeah.
I think she's trying to play Jaime, personally.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could see that as well, but I don't know why she would go there or what. I don't know. We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, but...
Yeah. Fuck.
I think...
So, Gendry's fucking hammer.
That was amazing. They were doing so well. They were Davos was, doing his Davos thing, getting themselves around, and then couldn't handle it.
Yeah, holy fuck, eh? Am I the only one who's sad that Gendry didn't get to meet Arya again before going north of the wall?
Yeah, that's a little upsetting.
There'll be the time for it.
Yeah.
They're not gonna kill him off second episode after he's been MIA for like 4 seasons.
Just troll with us.
I mean, I don't think they would either, but it is a Game of Thrones, so if it did happen, we could complain.
Yeah. So I think on that clean-cut segue, that takes us to Eastwatch by the Sea.
And more specifically, north of the be swatched by the.
Yeah.
DC.
But we got our
I love the squad.
the fellowship.
I think it's a stupid fucking idea, though.
Of course it is.
Oh yeah, 100%. The Suicide Squad that's better than DC's.
Yes,
Did you see those memes?
I did not.
Oh, there's a bunch of memes. It's like when Game of Thrones makes a better Suicide Squad than DC, or there's a bunch of pictures of them all walking, and it's like the Suicide Squad, and like the colorful writing at the bottom of the screen and shit like that. It's fucking hilarious.
Nice.
But yeah, this is probably the dumbest idea John's ever had.
It's
I don't
so
know-
stupid.
I don't know what's their plan going north of the wall here?
They are gonna try and watch the army of the dead, find a white that looks more dead than the others, pick it off like it's a sick elk, and drag it back to Cersei's doorsteps.
Now, follow-up question. Why didn't they appeal to Daenerys to just fly there and pick one up with the talons and then go back?
Because
How
you
the
can't
fuck do
just
they
take
plan on
the
getting
eagles
this thing
into
out of there?
Mordor.
What?
Said because you can't just fly the eagles into Mordor.
Okay, but this isn't fucking Mordor. Mordor's warm. This place is cold. This is Canada.
I don't know, plot armor?
You can't fucking take the Eagles into Hoth either.
Yeah. Would those eagles have done well against AT-ATs? I don't think so. They don't
Well,
have cables that they can
maybe.
shoot out.
Okay, but they could have like pooped on the
It's true,
windshield
they
or
don't
something
have
like that, and
cables.
then they're flying blind, and then the AT-ATs could trip on stuff.
I would love to watch a scene of Star Wars where it's just dubbed with the eagles from Lord of the Rings shitting on them.
I mean, that would be a very interesting dub, and I don't think anyone will ever do that, because why the hell would they waste their time on that? But
Wow.
You've seen things on the internet, right?
that's true. The internet's a place that's very dark and full
Yeah.
of scary things.
Well, I mean, I don't have anything else to say about Game of Thrones because they went north of the wall and it just ended. I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens.
Yeah,
I'm
the
just
next
pissed
episodes
off 'cause
are
it's a
71 and
fucking
81
terrible
episodes
idea.
respectively, eh?
Yes, it is. It's the worst idea that John could have had, Andrew. It's not thought out
like,
very
okay,
well.
Number one, they're going into fucking dangerous ass territory.
Yep.
People, I'm assuming at least like 1 or 3 of them are gonna die. Because, like, that's not exactly an easy task. You're going up against an army with not the hopes of, like, trying to fight. You just want to snag one of them and then just casually walk away.
Yep.
And then after that, you want to bring it to the most, like, backstabbing, untrustworthy, like, spiteful bitch and hope for the best.
Yep.
Just, like, I don't know what they want to gain out of this.
Yeah. And what did you say, Clayton?
I was just pointing out the fact that the next 2 episodes are 71 and 81 minutes respectively, making them the longest 2 Game of Thrones
Oh,
episodes
they're
ever
gonna
to date.
be real long. Ooh, I can't wait.
That's
So
awesome.
next week we had, over an hour for both of them. Hour and 20. It's literally like an episode of Sherlock for the episode finale, or the season finale, sorry.
Sweet. All right, you guys want to give a rating?
Sure.
All right. I didn't go first twice, so I'll give it 13 burnt dick-ons. Clayton? Or Andrew, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm gonna give it 0 White Walker Prisoner of Wars, because just don't fucking do it.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna give it 9 wet as fuck Daenerys's.
All right, I like it.
I'm also gonna give a second vote of 5 swings of Gendry's hammer.
Ah, that's great.
And yeah.
Yeah. So, recent news that I just saw on my phone. Our podcast Twitter account has a follower.
Who?
His name's Scott.
Holy.
Scott who?
I'm not going to give his last name.
Is it someone we know?
No,
You know?
I don't know a Scott by this last name. So, if you're listening, Scott, thank you. You're good people, probably.
We love you.
We do
You're
love
a
you.
fantastic Scott.
If you want to reach the show, you can follow us on Twitter at the Mediocre Co. Because I still fucked that up. And
Jesus Christ.
now I can't change it. We got a follower. Or you can email us at themediocreco@outlook.com.
One sec. Scott is a verified Twitter user.
What?
Scott has 308,000 followers. and is verified on Twitter.
Oh, that's
He's an
cool.
actor in Outlander, and other things.
Well, that's kind of cool. So maybe he listens, and if so, Scott, you're a great bloke.
Scott, want to
Scott,
sponsor
love you.
us?
Yes, Scott, tell your friends, Scott. If you like what we do, tell your friends, Scott. Scott.
Even if you don't like what we do, tell your friends anyway, because we're
Tell
really
your
easy to make
friends.
fun of.
Yes, and we're not opposed to being made fun of.
Oh no, I'll take popularity whether it's good or bad.
Yeah, I grew up with my parents.
Oh boy.
Never knew my father.
Yeah, I gave the Twitter, the email. My personal Twitter is @EricWire. Thanks for listening. Lower your expectations, all. Bye.